So I know it says bad luck days, but it starts off with a really good luck day and it ends with a really good luck day. But everything in between is bad luck. So we are doing a little bit of caverns and then we get into like chores and stuff. And I also just found out, as I'm always talking about this little garden behind me, it turns out it has a button I can just turn the pump off. So like when it starts making noise, I could just shut it off. And then I can turn it on when I'm not recording. I guess I just don't pay attention. So, also, I forgot to put a picture up last time, but that's what the little garden looks like. And that's how big the tomatoes get. They don't get any bigger because they're called like tiny toms. But yeah, anyway, we had a good run in the caverns as usual. And there's nothing else to say about that. It's just the caverns. I kind of can't wait for the dangerous caverns, just because they add that little bit of extra challenge. And I don't know. For now, we just have the regular ones. I don't know what it is. I almost always want to use a farm totem to go back to the farm instead of the bus, even though it's like right there. Oh, and we also made a bunch of money, as usual. But yeah, let's get into the actual chores. It's, like we just get bad luck. I think it's 3 days in a row, which is normally kind of annoying. I would probably reset to try and change that if I was doing my, like, hardcore runs. But we're not, so we're just going with it. I did use a rain totem that I had to keep this thunderstorm rolling, and that way I'll have plenty of batteries. I already have a pretty good amount, but I would like to have, I don't know, maybe like 50 or 100 before the summer's up, and that way I could have all iridium sprinklers at my Ginger Island farm and this farm as well. Because for now, like, the qualities are fine, but they're kind of obnoxious to work around sometimes. And we also have a little tiny harvest today. Nothing too important. We have like the wheat, and in the place of the wheat, I think I'll put the summer seeds, like the foraging seeds. Oh, I actually went really far away from my microphone. So I'll probably plant those there just to get our foraging up. And then we're reorganizing our chests a little bit because they're kind of messy. And we have a lot of stuff to donate. And we have a lot of stuff to, well, I guess donate, but it's different places we're donating to. I always thought, like, it's kind of weird that this town has a museum. Because there's like 20 people that live here. And so, like, I mean, typically a museum would tell the history of your particular land, right? So I don't know, like, it seems strange, I guess, like with such a magical and amazing world, why are there only 20 people and why do they have their own museum? I don't know. It seems like the museum would be in like a bigger city and you wouldn't allocate like your really limited space to a museum. So I don't know. Also, like, this town will, like, I don't know, this is like kind of depressing, but won't this town theoretically die out pretty soon? Because there's only like 3 children by the end of it. And so, like, I don't know. That's not great. I guess you can have kids, but I won't. So like maybe my version of the town will just go away. Because nobody else, like, I don't know. Sometimes I wish other townsfolk would, like, start relationships, you know? Like Haley and Alex, like, they're always hanging out. So, like, maybe after a couple of years, if you don't pursue a relationship with either of them, it'd be kind of cool if they did, you know? It'd just be another layer to the game, but who knows? Maybe that'll be in the 1.6 expansion. I doubt it, but I don't know. I don't know what that will be. I was thinking about that this morning, because 1.6 has been talked about having a little bit of extra content, and maybe it would be like, I don't know. I know it'll be the modding support, but as far as the content goes, they could do another island, because it shows you like passing other islands on the ship on the way to Ginger Island. But I'm not sure how interesting that would be. But otherwise, adding like Zuzu City, I think it's called. Oh, I made my chickens mad. Adding the city might be too much work. It might be like a ton of work. And so I don't know if that'll be the case. The only thing that would make sense would be an island, to me, because it's small enough that you don't have to really like integrate all the existing stuff into it. And I guess it would be interesting. I don't know if I want more of that. I would prefer like maybe like farm machinery, like a combine or a harvester. That'd be cool. Without using mods. But I guess I would just use a mod for a tractor. I don't know if I already mentioned, but I don't really have much to do on this day. Like, I have a little bit of expansion, but I don't have enough to really like worry about it. So I'm just kind of like putzing around, I guess. Like, I'm gonna make the section on the left side all iridium sprinklers, so I don't really need this little outcropping. And I guess I'll fence it in once I figure out like how I'm gonna lay the sprinklers out. And it kind of took me like an embarrassingly long time to figure out the layout I wanted to go with. So I'll spare you and just kind of cut that out. And I decided on that, and it won't be ideal. Like, what I'll do is I'll build, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm planting a farm. I'll build all my iridium sprinklers, and then I'll expand back east and destroy the paths in between and shift everything to iridium sprinklers. Ideally, I would do that early fall, but I tend to get a little bit lazy in fall, so that probably won't happen. But I might. And if I don't do it in early fall, I'll obviously do it in winter. Winter's, the perfect time to switch things up on the farm a little bit. But yeah, that was my whole day. I didn't really do anything. I sold like random stuff for the checklist. I'm not really using a checklist, but if I was, I sold random stuff for that checklist. For perfection, And yeah, another day that we're gonna spend around the farm, around the town. I am out of... Oh no, this is my last rain totem, so we'll have one more day of batteries, which is fine. And we'll get another storm. I think it's the 13th and the 26th guaranteed. And maybe by then we'll have more of the rain totems. But I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm starting to, I keep trying to I don't know. I'm in I'm kind of organized, but I'm not that organized. I always end up with these two chests on the side that have just a lot of junk in them that I think I need, but I'm not sure why I need it. And so those are starting to get particularly out of hand. I did get pretty lucky with auto petters. I think I have 2 right now, and if not, I do get another one in the future. So I don't really have to engage with the animals at all, which I know isn't very nice, but it's a video game, so it's fine. I do really want ducks still in my real life. My girlfriend says no, which is fine. She's reasonable, because they're pretty messy, but I do want them. They just aren't very good, inside pets. And especially, we don't have the biggest house, so it wouldn't really make sense. And we don't have, I feel like if you have a duck, you should have a pond. And we don't have a pond currently. Even though we've kind of been talking about how it would be nice. Yeah, I don't know. Eventually I will have ducks. Before I kick the bucket, I will at least have 2 ducks. I don't know what kind, but I will have them. Anyway, what am I doing now? It's kind of funny, like I haven't played this save in a while. So I'm also watching and learning. Oh yeah, our silo. Yeah, we have like... We've been having a problem because we've been forcing rain so much that we're having to buy hay. And money's not really a huge problem, but it's annoying to have to buy hay when we have so much grass we could just chop down. And I'm also getting coal again. As you know, my coal supply is always not where it needs to be. And so yeah, I have to buy coal. I gotta buy more starfruit seeds. I don't remember how many I needed. I needed a fair bit. But we have plenty of money to plant our first expansion, even with all these bad luck days. And what else? I guess we can get a cow. We don't have a cow yet. And we don't have enough jade really to make it worth it to what's it called? Get staircases. I try not to I don't know why I do it, but I try to save enough jade until it's interesting to buy a ton of staircases. I want at least 50 jade before I swap them out. No idea why. It doesn't make any sense. I got some more rare seeds, which are just easy money. Yeah, this is another super chill day. This always feels more like how this game was intended to be played. It's a lot slower. It's just not for me. I don't know. I mean, I enjoy it, but it's not... I don't feel efficient. It's that same feeling of needing to be efficient. Oh, I have 2 auto grabbers, so I don't have to actually milk the cows. And that is super convenient, because I really don't like doing that. Oh yeah, there's all my grass, so I guess we don't want to chop that grass down quite yet. Maybe I'm just making all this stuff up. Maybe I'm thinking of a different save where I have auto grabbers. I'm pretty sure I have one, or at least I get one. So, I don't know. Maybe I guess this week would be a perfect week to do some geode cracking. And if not this week, maybe next week, or next episode. Because we have tons of artifact troves, geodes, omni geodes, all that junk. Yeah, you can tell how much I have going on because I'm just sitting here waiting until I can smelt iron. So this will be probably an early day. And then luckily tomorrow is a good luck day, so we'll actually feel a little bit more productive and we'll jump into the caverns again. But yeah, so this is mostly in service of sprinklers at this point. Sprinklers and what are the other... I always forget what the jewel cloning machines are called. Is it a crystallarium? Yeah, I guess I could have waited 2 seconds. We're making crystallariums just to try and get that jade production really going. I don't know, I should just take all my furniture and put it in a box, but I insist on having it set up for whatever reason. And that's it. I mean, I'm you can tell kind of the way I move around that I don't really know what else to do. I'm just opening my inventory, what do I do? I think I'll just go to sleep. And that's what I do. And again, it was another day where we sold just junk that we need to sell for perfection. And we jump right back into the caverns. And we'll skip ahead as usual. Maybe we'll spend a little bit more time in the deeper floors, because I keep I kind of gloss over it more than I probably should, but I just don't have that interesting of a strategy for the caverns. Like my strategy is probably the same as most people's, which is just go down as fast as you can. Because the faster you go down, the the better the rewards, right? So I just pretty much rush to the bottom, and I use the slingshot. I've been learning to use the slingshot a lot more. It just isn't. It's bad. It's really bad to use on a controller because it's clunky. You can't move like while you shoot it like you can with a mouse. And at least maybe you can, and I'm just not doing it right. But it's such an efficient thing to use. It's so much better than anything else. But on a controller, it just isn't what you want it to be. So that definitely hobbles me a little bit. So that's why I don't know, you'll see my caverns aren't as spectacular as some other people's can be, just because of the controller aspect. And that's why a lot of the time, instead of doing animation canceling, I'll just set up the fast animations mod, because it does the same thing, but I don't know, you'll notice when I swing my pickaxe, it's fast, right? But it looks different than the animation canceling where it just stops. But it's the exact same speed. It's just for ease of use on a controller. And yeah, I don't know. It just makes the game feel a little bit swifter too. Having that faster speed. I don't do, I don't know, it's weird. So animation canceling I think is fine. It feels pretty cheaty to me a lot of the time, especially when it comes to weapons. So I don't use it on my weapons. If you look at people who use it a lot, they'll get the hammer, right? Or any kind of hammer, and they'll animation cancel the hammer. So it's the same speed as a dagger, basically. And I know it's in the game, so it's technically considered okay, but it kind of takes away the difference between any weapons, right? Because the hammer is no longer any different than a sword, because it swings just as fast and it does way more damage, so it just suddenly becomes superior to everything. And so I do kind of feel like animation canceling is a little too much when it comes to weapons. But then it's at the same time, who cares, right? Does it really matter? No. Nobody's gonna come the cops aren't gonna show up and be like, dude, you can't animation cancel your weapon. It's, it's not in the spirit of the game, but I don't know. I think we all kind of do that. We all set up our own, it's a weird morality in the game with game mechanics. Obviously Joja's a big one, right? Everybody has a big moral qualm with Joja. And people do the same thing with tactics clay farming or animation canceling or geode farming, all those things. Oh, there's the auto grabber I was talking about. So I don't know. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter, as usual. That's always what I end up landing on, is it doesn't matter. It's all fine. Do whatever makes you happy. And I don't even really know where I was going with this. It doesn't matter. I do, sometimes I wish I played with mods more. I guess I could. But I do feel I prefer the closer to vanilla experience, so I don't know. That's it. We're rocking 4 or 5 days per episode now, so things are getting kind of quick. And I don't know what my posting schedule will be. This will probably go up, I don't know, who knows.